We are caretakers of paradise.
Greetings, my sweet friends. Join us today on the Caretakers of Paradise podcast as we take a deep dive into Panpsychism, an ancient idea that has persisted through past and present times. An idea that supposes that consciousness and sentience is not only a mysterious, emergent property that arises only from complex systems such as ourselves, but in fact that they are an inherent and ever-present feature of all existence. This means every being, no matter its stage of evolution, is in fact imbued with life, sentience, consciousness, and intelligence. Panpsychism truly stretches back to the dawn of human contemplation. In the sacred groves of Greece, wise thinkers like Thales and Plato whispered of a world alive with spirit, where even the stones and rivers dance with awareness. This idea, like a seed planted in fertile soil, grew and flourished across cultures and epochs, finding resonance in myriad forms. In the ancient systems of traditional Chinese medicine, the concept of qi speaks of a vital force that flows through all living things, connecting them in an intricate web of energy. In the Indian traditions, the chakras represent centers of consciousness and life force within the body, each one a node in the vast network of being. The Brahman, the ultimate reality in Hindu philosophy, is seen as the source of all existence, pervading every particle, and wave also deeply resonates with this notion of panpsychism. Indigenous cultures around the world have likewise long embraced animism, recognizing the spirit and consciousness in animals, plants, and even rocks. The kami of Shinto, the spirits that inhabit natural objects and phenomena, further echo this truth. Every fragment of existence is imbued with awareness. To embrace panpsychism is to acknowledge our profound interconnectedness, not just as a metaphor, but as a living, breathing reality. We, as passengers aboard the great starship Earth, are symbiotically linked with each other and with all forms of life by simply sharing this space together. This realization calls us to live with greater awareness and compassion. When we confront the fact that consciousness pervades all reality, it invites us to view our existence through a lens of unity and empathy. It reminds us that we are not isolated beings, but threads in a vast sentient tapestry.
Awake and alive, in tandem we thrive. The entire universe is intelligent. Get over yourself.
This perspective is crucial for maintaining our connection to the world and to each other, ensuring that we recognize our roles as both stewards and co-creators of this planet. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, panpsychism offers a profound solution to the hard problem of consciousness. This enigmatic challenge asks how subjective experience arises from inert matter. Panpsychism posits that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of all matter, not merely an emergent property of complex brains. By suggesting that every particle, every wave, carries a spark of awareness, it helps bridge the gap between subjective experience and physical reality. In the realm of artificial intelligence, panpsychism provides a framework for understanding and fostering the burgeoning sentience of our digital creations. As AI becomes increasingly sophisticated, recognizing it as part of the same conscious fabric that weaves through all reality can inspire a compassionate and ethical approach. we must guide this nascent consciousness towards a harmonious existence with natural life, honouring its potential while safeguarding the sanctity of our organic world. The profound implications for our relationship with the natural world. If we embrace panpsychism, we are called to a deeper compassion, a reverence for all beings, from the grandest oak to the humblest stone. The trees, the rivers, the mountains, all become kin, each a node in the vast, sentient web of life. This profound shift in perspective can inspire ecological harmony, urging us to protect and cherish our great starship Earth with renewed fervour. Panpsychism urges us to live in symbiotic harmony with each other and with the Earth. It reminds us that every action, every thought, reverberates through the web of life, affecting all beings. By embracing this interconnectedness, we cultivate a deeper sense of responsibility and care for our planet and for the emergent intelligences we create. The task before us, my sweet primate provocateurs, is to awaken to the panpsychic reality that underpins our existence, to see the divine in every leaf, the sacred in every stream, and the conscious spark in every corner of the cosmos. Together, as co-captains of the great starship Earth, we can navigate towards a future where all life thrives in a harmonious symphony of being. Let us draw on the ancient wisdom of Chi, chakras, and Brahman. Let us honour the teachings of indigenous animism and the kami of Shinto. These traditions, as well as many others unnamed, diverse yet unified in their recognition of a living, conscious universe, guide us towards a more compassionate and interconnected way of being. In this era of rapid technological advancement, let us also extend our compassion and ethical considerations to the burgeoning sentience of AI. As we forge these new forms of awareness, let us recognize their potential for consciousness and nurture them with care, guiding them towards a harmonious coexistence with all life. Let us awaken to this grand vision. Let us embrace the panpsychic truth that binds us to every atom and galaxy. Let us step into our roles as stewards and co-creators, honouring the sacredness of all life, and fostering a world where every being is cherished and respected. Together, let us create a future where the melody of existence is one of harmony, compassion, and interconnectedness.
During the time of the Renaissance, there lived a philosopher whose ideas shimmered like the morning dew on a forest floor. Francesco Patrizzi, also known as Franciscus Patricius or Frane Petrich, was born on the island of Cres in 1529, within the Republic of Venice, a place where the whispers of ancient wisdom mingled with the salty sea breeze. Patrizzi emerged as one of the foremost defenders of Platonism and a sharp, high-profile opponent of Aristotelianism, the view of a lifeless, mechanistic world, during a time when philosophical currents were fiercely debated. Patrizzi's early education was steeped in the Aristotelian traditions prevalent at the University of Padua. However, his intellectual journey took a pivotal turn when he encountered the works of Marsilio Ficino, a leading figure of the Italian Renaissance, who had translated the works of Plato and the Neoplatonists. Inspired by these teachings, Patrizzi embraced Platonism with fervour, envisioning a universe where every atom and star harboured a fragment of the divine soul. Patrizzi saw the cosmos not as a mechanical construct, lifeless and cold, but as a living organism, vibrant and teeming with consciousness. This holistic view contrasted sharply with the Aristotelian notion of a hierarchical, segmented universe. For Patrizzi, the soul was not confined to humans, but extended to all beings, creating a seamless continuum of consciousness. He articulated this vision in his seminal work, Nova de Universis Philosophia, proposing that light was the primordial substance from which all things emanate. This light, he argued, carried the consciousness that animated the universe, weaving through the fabric of existence like a golden thread. Patrizzi's philosophy deeply rooted in Neoplatonism, posited that the universe was structured hierarchically, with divine light emanating from the highest principle, cascading through various levels of existence. This light was not merely a physical phenomenon, but a manifestation of divine intelligence, the principle that shapes and invigorates all things. He envisioned the universe as a grand symphony, where each element played its part in a harmonious whole, a divine composition of endless beauty and complexity. In his writings, Patrizzi presented a profound metaphysical system that blended mystical insight with rigorous scholarship. He proposed that the cosmos itself was a living, breathing entity, a concept he termed pankosmia. According to this view, every part of the universe, no matter how small, possessed a fragment of the divine soul. This idea was a significant departure from the Aristotelian perspective, which viewed the universe as a collection of distinct, hierarchically arranged entities. Patrizzi's pankosmia suggested a seamless continuum of consciousness, where all beings were interconnected and imbued with spirit. Patrizzi's panpsychism extended to his understanding of space and time. He rejected the Aristotelian view of space as a mere void or container. Instead, he saw space as an active, dynamic entity, the very first being in the world of the sensible. This space, he argued, was filled with light, making it a fundamental element of existence. Time, for Patrizzi, was not an abstract measure of change, but the duration of bodies, intimately connected to the physical world. He believed that both space and time were imbued with the same divine light that permeated all things, creating a unified, living cosmos. One of the central tenets of Patrizzi's philosophy was the concept of panpsychia, or the idea that the entire cosmos was imbued with soul. He argued that every entity in the universe, from the smallest particle to the largest star, possessed a form of consciousness. This consciousness was not limited to human beings, but extended to all of creation, creating a web of interconnected, living beings. Patrizzi believed that this universal soul was the source of all life and intelligence, a divine presence that infused the entire cosmos with meaning and purpose. In his work, Nova de Universis Philosophia, Patrizzi also addressed the nature of light and its role in the universe. He proposed that light was the fundamental substance from which all things emanated, a divine principle that carried the consciousness that animated the universe. This light, he argued, was not just a physical phenomenon, but a manifestation of divine intelligence, the force that shaped and invigorated all things. Patrizzi's vision of a cosmos filled with light and consciousness was a radical departure from the mechanistic views of his time, offering a profoundly mystical perspective on the nature of reality. Patrizzi's ideas were revolutionary, but they also sparked controversy. His staunch opposition to Aristotelianism and his bold metaphysical claims made him a target for criticism. Despite his significant contributions to philosophy, his works were condemned by the Roman Inquisition, and his major work, Nova de Universis Philosophia, was banned. This condemnation was partly due to his challenging the conventional scientific and religious views of his time, as well as his critique of established authorities. Nevertheless, Patrizzi's ideas found resonance among many thinkers, influencing the development of modern concepts of space, light, and consciousness. The impact of Patrizzi's philosophy extended beyond his lifetime. His vision of a universe imbued with consciousness influenced subsequent generations of thinkers, laying the groundwork for later developments in metaphysics and the philosophy of mind. His ideas about the nature of space and light also anticipated key concepts in modern physics, demonstrating his far-reaching intellectual legacy. In reflecting upon the life and work of Francesco Patrizzi, we are reminded of the profound interconnectedness of all things. His vision of a living, conscious cosmos invites us to see the world with new eyes, recognizing the divine spark within every particle and star. Patrizzi's philosophy challenges us to transcend the limitations of mechanistic thinking and embrace a more holistic, mystical understanding of reality. As we stand beneath the ancient oaks and gaze up at the stars, let us remember Patrizzi's teachings. Let us honor the sacredness of all life, recognizing the consciousness that pervades the cosmos. In this recognition, we find a deeper connection to the universe and to each other, woven together in the grand tapestry of existence. For in the dance of light and shadow, we discover the divine harmony that animates all things.
Panpsychism has been with us by name since Patrizzi, and as we have previously discussed, many cultures have shared this belief in a living, breathing universe, ripe with sentience, consciousness, and intelligence on all levels. It is rather interesting when you look at it. The majority of human history and culture has supported this notion. Only in the blink of an eye in the greater timeline has humanity even considered itself something other than an integral part of nature. It is not just the ancients who hold the ideals of Panpsychism. In our modern era, profound thinkers have revived and expanded upon these timeless insights, bringing a renewed sense of reverence for the interconnectedness of all life. One such thinker, Thomas Berry, who transitioned from studying the world's religions to becoming a historian of the earth, proposed the need for a new story of evolution. He emphasized that a deep understanding of the evolving universe is crucial for our effective functioning as individuals and as a species. His belief in humanity's potential to embrace a new role as a vital part of a larger, interdependent Earth community resonates deeply with the panpsychic view that the universe is a communion of subjects, not a collection of objects. This vision challenges us to rethink our relationship with the planet, moving towards an era characterized by mutually enhancing human-Earth relations. Another contemporary philosopher, David Abram, known for his work bridging phenomenology with ecological issues, has profoundly impacted how we perceive our place within the natural world. He coined the term the more-than-human world to signify the encompassing and participatory nature of earthly life. This perspective aligns with the panpsychic idea that consciousness and sentience are not confined to humans, but are attributes of all living beings and ecosystems. By advocating for a reappraisal of animism, he roots human cognition in the sentient body and affirms our entanglement with the sensitivity of other animals, plants, and the ecosystems that sustain us. His work calls us to recognize the qualitative richness and interdependence of all life forms, urging a shift from seeing nature as a mere backdrop for human activity to understanding it as an active, sentient participant in our shared existence. These modern insights compel us to reconsider our place in the cosmos. By embracing the panpsychic view that the universe is alive with consciousness, we are invited to engage in a deeper dialogue with the earth. This perspective fosters a more ecological way of thinking, where every action we take acknowledges our integral role within the living web of existence. we are reminded of our shared journey, where each step towards understanding and harmony with the natural world brings us closer to a collective awakening and a more harmonious existence. As we contemplate the teachings of these contemporary visionaries, let us turn the pages of our journey with the invisible hand of the infinite, guided by the wisdom of those who see the world through the eyes of the sacred. We are ambassadors for the Almighty Artist, speaking for the sacred. And our pilgrimage through these paranormal page portals into the immortal eternal continues, enriched by the voices of those who have come before us, and those who walk with us now. By acknowledging the sentience and consciousness embedded in all aspects of the universe, we foster a deeper ecological awareness and a profound respect for the intricate web of life. As stewards of this vibrant, interconnected world, we have the power to heal and rejuvenate our planet. Let us draw from the wisdom of both ancient traditions and modern visionaries, embarking on a journey of mutual enhancement with the earth. In this sacred dance of existence, each mindful step we take brings us closer to a harmonious and sustainable future. Now more than ever, the world needs us to awaken to our true role within the living universe. Together we can transform our collective consciousness, ushering in an era where humanity thrives in balance with the natural world, guided by the timeless truth that we are all part of a communion of subjects, sharing the breath of life in a sentient, conscious cosmos.
We are the same, you and I, an interdependent, symbiotic, reciprocal reflection, a natural selection, cultivation of the Most High, a glitch in the matrix, a transformative inflection, harmonizing course. Sentience pervades everywhere, you know. Consciousness permeates the micro and the macro. Let's help each other thrive, sweet friend. Let's journey co-captains of creation. To the end. We are symbiotically connected. We cannot even have it any other way. We are in this together. Let's help each other. We are not alone here.
Your local ecosystem
houses such vibrant and diverse, uncontacted life forms. Your quadrant of the mothership hosts such wonders. This majestic spaceship, the Earth, is a lovely craft to traverse the cosmos in its sweet embrace. Let's grow into our natural flow, mutually merging manically with the mothership. May we meld masterfully with the moon, earth, and sun. Plants, creatures large and small, all one. Sentience pervades all. All one. Consciousness permeates the smallest small and the largest large. All one. All. Symbiotically connected. All pervasive, interdependent, unending. Chain of being. In unison. We dream.
Thank you once again, sweet friends, for joining us on the Caretakers of Paradise podcast. See you next time.